First of all, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's truly an honor to speak with you. How are you feeling today in Japan?
I'm feeling pretty good, and I'm honored to join your uh, interview.
Thank you so much. Are you
Thank-
comfortable and ready to begin?
Yes, but I have to tell you, my English sometimes my brain um, sometimes it's okay and sometimes it's not okay. And today is the day maybe it's not that great. So
Don't
please
don't worry. Don't worry.
time.
I'm the same, and there are days that my English is not good, and maybe if I'm stuttering a little bit, I'm sorry, but let's
No, no
begin.
problem. Yes, let's begin.
So I want to start with early life and your dance background to people get to know you. So how
Uh-huh.
did your journey in this begin in Japan, and what were your main influences?
Okay, so I was born and raised in a small town called Kumamoto, which is southern Japan. It's in the island. Uh, so since I was a kid, I love to dance, right?
Yes.
And I love to dance for my family, my friends, because they just seems like they enjoy my dancing. So I was having good time. But I started taking classes since I was 11, and I my mom took me to this ballet school where I was able to take modern, contemporary, jazz, and the funk. There was no hip hop at that time in the 70s, so
Yes.
I could be able to take it's called funk. Um, up until the high school because my mom passed away when I turned right before high school. Um, so I quit dancing for 3 years.
Oh,
That was my dance training days.
okay. And looking back now, would young Yuko be proud of who you became in the
Um,
about the dancing?
well, yes and no. I am proud of my journey, yes, but as a dancer, my dancer career as a dancer is very short.
Oh,
Professional
yes.
dancer. Because I quit until maybe I can call I was a professional dancer for let's say 7, 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, the reason why I stopped dancing because I really felt I had so many great opportunities, including, of course, Michael, but some
Yes.
other great, performances and the opportunities to perform. But I realized in this lifetime, I won't be I won't be able to become the dancer that I want to become.
Yes. You we as a person always want more, especially professionalism.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes and no, but I'm very happy because I transfer my career took me dancing took me to another journey,
Yes.
which wellness, and then now what I do. So everything has meaning. So I'm
Okay.
happy. hmm
That's a good answer. At what point did you realize dance could become your life's pet?
I think when I was not dancing during my high school, I had this passion for dancing, but I didn't want to go back to my dance school. And also, I was searching what type of dance can be my language. And so when I went to the audition for a fashion show, actually, big fashion show for very famous Japanese designer, and I got the audition. So on that stage, I realized really, really, this is what I want to do. So I was 18. Well, I was becoming 18.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And what dreams did you have as a young dancer in that age?
I wanted to be the best dancer that I can be. I didn't have anyone specific dancer that I want to, become, or yeah. But I wanted to go to the world,
Yes.
different countries, meeting different people, but using my dance as my language. That was my vision.
Okay.
So you have to be good, right? You have to be good to
Yes.
be able to do that. So that was my vision.
And it worked. And it worked.
Yeah,
For sure it did.
exactly. So
To have the
18
opportunity to dance with Michael Jackson, the
and
best
world
performer in the
tour.
world. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So I realized, wow, this is what I dreamed. Yes.
So you win in life in every sense. So, and how did the opportunity to work with Michael first come into your life?
So first job was for Black or White, and my agent at that time sent me to she said, Iko, there's an audition for Michael Jackson music video. Please go. So I went, but it wasn't for dancers audition. It was
Yes.
for actors and models, some characters. So I didn't have to dance at the audition, which was very difficult for me. But they picked me, so that was my first job for with Michael.
Yes. And what it was like being part of the morphing sequence in Black or White.
Well, that technology was very new,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we didn't know how it's gonna look, right? It was gonna look.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my part, I don't know if you can realize, if you can see, but during the morphing, we all do people just do this, right? But the choreographer of that scene, she knew that I was a dancer, so she told me, "Yuko, turn, and then you do this and turn."
With
But
rhythm.
yes, but you see, we just do that. We just had to do that in front of the camera, just run
Yes.
camera. Um, But she told me after I turn, I have to come back exactly the same spot. So that was kind of challenging because you
Yes.
turn and you can be a little bit off. But so that was my extra thing that I had to do.
So you did this a couple times
I think
to
so.
get
Yeah,
it
a couple.
right.
Yes, I think so. But yeah. But it wasn't that. It didn't take that many shots.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So can you describe the auditioning process for the Dangerous World 2?
Mm-hmm. So okay, so there was it was going to be a closed audition.
Okay.
So Michael, uh, they already picked, I think, 20 dancers, about 20 dancers, and I was one of it. So they were going to do the closed audition, but there was a rumor, of course. People start talking, oh, Michael's going to have just, looking for just one female dancer to get
Yes.
on the tour for the first time. And so the production had to have an open call. So it was many people came. But the audition day, I was getting ready, doing my hair, choosing what I wear, and I became late. So when I got to the place for the audition, I couldn't go inside. It was too many people.
Yes.
But the door, the back of the studio room, there was a door, and there's a parking right space. So I started from the parking space on the concrete, and then people getting cut. So I was able to go inside the room. But in the parking lot, I just had to quickly learn the choreography. And so when I realized I was in, I was happy, and there was maybe four audition. You know, they cut, and then smaller group, and then a smaller group. At the end, it was solo,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, so we had to maybe 7 or 8 female dancers. We individually had to do improvise in front of the camera, and Michael wasn't there, but they told us that Michael would watch this video and he will decide. So I danced, and I went home, and then later my agent called me and said, Yuko, you got the job.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is amazing. That is a lot of pressure too.
Yes, but somehow I had you know, I had this strong feeling that, or strong will that I'm going to get this. So my nervous energy became more power in me, in my body, to
Oh,
express. So I was able to, I guess, do the best that I was able to do at the end.
so you were more calm that day than the
I
others.
shouldn't say calm, but I had a some kind of confident. I can say confident because, um, you know, long story short, I was doing the Oscar Academy show rehearsal right before Michael's audition, and the choreographer, she's very, strict and very famous, so we were all nervous. But she was telling me I was doing something not right, but I was doing my choreography, her choreographies. But she said something. It's not. I have to. I have to. I don't know. She wasn't happy.
Okay.
So I guess I realized. Okay, so maybe with other people, with other dancers, maybe I won't fit in. But if it's just one dancer, then I can do my thing without feeling I have to do this,
Yes.
box. So that kind of confidence I had it.
Okay. That's amazing. So, what do you think Michael was looking for in a dancer when you were auditioning? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I can't talk for Michael,
Yes.
but I know that you know Michael's choreography. It's not just one dance form. You have to have trainings, different styles of trainings. So I think overall, you dancers have to have multiple way of form of dance trainings.
Okay.
So I think that's what he was looking for.
And and what happened after you got the auditioning passed? So, what was your first impression when you meet him in person?
Oh,
To
so
meet
first time,
to meet Michael Jackson in the 90s, that's gotta be amazing.
oh yes, we were already rehearsed. Well, first for Dangerous Tour, dancers we rehearsed for a month, maybe a month and a half, and the singers, the band members, they were rehearsing separately.
Yes.
So after we got together, one day, the tour manager said, "So today, Michael is going to come and join to see the rehearsal first." So we were all excited, of course, right? And first time meeting Michael, so I was very, yeah, excited. So when he came in to this big uh, um, studio. It's a where they take where they shoot movie set, right? So it's huge, and they built exactly the same size of the stage, and so we were rehearsing, and then the door came opened, and it was dark, but the door opened, and I felt the energy,
Yes.
and so when he came to me to meet, to greet, to handshake and nice to meet you, and I was very nervous. I think I was, yeah, a little nervous, but at the same time, when he came into the room, that room, the energy became so kind, very peaceful, very gentle.
Yes.
So I wasn't like, oh shoot, Michael. No, I was very happy to meet him.
When I was studying about Michael, about the your life and etc., people always talk that Michael's energy in person is kind
Hmm.
of spiritual.
Hmm. Yes.
So it's very calm, and that's an amazing experience you have.
Yes, yes. I never felt that energy from any other human being. And when he came, when I saw his hand reach out to me to shake, wow, I didn't. I kind of, my head was like, okay, is he human or is he not human? Energy wise, very warm, kind, generous, loving, human, right? Energy. But he was beyond human. Both energy I felt.
Yes, what an experience. What an
Yeah.
experience. So what were the rehearsals like with Michael and the team? Because when I studied, sometimes you rehearsal separated.
Hmm.
Michael liked to do this thing. I watched some interviews about this, and just after a couple of rehearsals, the whole group, the whole crew got together.
Hmm. Yes, yes. Yep. And then Michael joined with us.
So what were the process when Michael joined with the team? With the team?
Oh, basically, dancers, we remember all the choreographies, right? And then the music, the list of the music, and the band members, they rehearse like how the show goes. So we were just rehearsing like like a show, actual show.
Okay.
And then if we needed to change, then we change.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
things like that.
did Michael actively shape the choreography? Can you share an example?
Um, well, I think he has choreographers, right? He had choreographers. Um, but if he wants to change like here and there, then he will say, okay, can we do this? Can we do that? Um, but I'm sure if when he is with the choreographers, privately, I'm
Mhm.
sure he has more, creativity and what he wants to do, and that's what I heard. So, um, yeah.
Okay. So how intense was the physical preparation for the tour? Because it was a lot of countries, and how this feel like?
Well, for me, one female dancer, and Michelle, she was a gymnast, so she had to do some not dance numbers, but I was the female dancer, and Michael didn't have time to rehearse new songs. We were gonna do in the closet. So Kenny Ortega choreographed, but Michael didn't have time to rehearse. So we didn't do that. And remember the time we rehearsed, but so and dangerous. That number came. That was 93, I think. It was the towards the end of the. So we were basically doing like the songs that we've already done, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And for me, I didn't have many numbers like the guys, male
Yes.
dancers, right? So I was watching the show when I wasn't performing. So
Yeah,
that was nice.
yeah, of course. When
Yeah.
I always have myself watching the rehearsal of Dangerous, the tour, and
Hmm.
I always wanted to see Remember the Time live. It's such a shame that didn't happen.
I know. I love that number. And you know, when we were rehearsing, Michael, I had to say, Michael, right to the left, to the right, because he couldn't remember. So that was. I mean, yeah. I
And and
wish he
and
did that.
for me, that one of the most amazing performances of choreography of
Hmm.
Michael.
Yes,
That dance breakdown is such an amazing thing.
yes, yes. But you know, I did the we did the Soul Train Awards
Yeah,
for the time. Unfortunately, he couldn't dance that day. So, but it was very nice to be able to perform that number on for Soul Train.
yes.
Hmm.
So did Michael actually, which performance or song required the most technical focus for you?
Wait, say it again.
Which performance or song required the most technical focus for you?
Oh, like technical meaning dance technical.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm,
To get the timing right, the
mhm. Well, I think dangerous, the number dangerous, because I had to perform as a guy, and then I go to the side of the stage and quickly change to a dangerous girl, and then I had to do the screen, you know, behind the screen dance
Mhm.
improvisation. So that was like timing was very important,
Yes.
and so that was technically, yeah, challenging, but I loved it. Um, mm, um, well, I basically I was it was very very I was having a great time,
Yes.
especially Thriller. You don't see me because we all have the masks, but I was the one of the
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah yeah. I'm the shortest. I'm the next to Michael. I think most of the time, but that's me, and I was just having a great time.
So everything come easy because
I shouldn't say easy because we
yeah,
rehearsed like a month or 2 months before.
yes,
So on stage, you know, the choreographies are natural to us.
yes, I'm meaning like a flow state kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're able to, you know, enjoy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And was there ever a moment during rehearsals when you thought, "Wow, I can't believe this in this is my life right now."
Um, maybe when we were on tour, when I looked at the audience, you know, so many in the stadium and Michael's on stage, and the moon because it was outside. It just is such a great feeling. It was that was like wow. So this is the my dream came
Yeah.
true in this way that I never imagined it will be like this.
This
So
has to be a once in a lifetime experience.
yes, yes, because he chose the best for all the you know lighting to everyone. So I experienced when I was young, like I started working for Michael, I think I was 24. 23, 24, right? And be able to experience this top quality, top everything. It was such a great feeling to be able to work with top everyone, because we can communicate in a certain level.
Did you remember what country was this when you have that feeling for the first time?
I think it was we were in Europe, like a first leg, like
Yes,
first.
the first leg of the
Yeah,
tour.
yeah, beginning.
Oh, all right. And
Hmm.
you also appeared in Remember the Time, right?
Not under a promotion video, because I was
Ah,
still I wasn't living in the States yet at that
okay.
time.
That's strange because when I was searching
Uh-huh.
about your life and etc. Some sites affirm that you appeared in the music video.
No, no, not the music video. I
Okay.
did the whole train award and the
Oh,
tour.
yes, thank you for clarifying this.
Hmm.
But what memories do you have from that production of Black or White and the music videos? You have a special memory in your heart?
Well, it was a very short, shooting wise, and I didn't meet Michael on that set. And I had no idea. Actually, it was a world premiere. It was,
Yeah.
it showed all over the world the same time, right? And I was in Italy at that time. I was working the TV program in Italy. So we were rehearsing, and then the choreographer said, "Okay, this is that time for Michael's new video that Yuko is in." And I didn't know how they made that video. So I was like, "Wow!" So that was, that's how that was done like that. I never had I didn't know. I had no
That
idea.
that technology was so new at the time. I think
Very.
I think there's one or two movies that has that in the in 91, I think 92.
Yeah, it was 91, and I think morphine was the first one. And that's what I heard at that time. But I don't know. Maybe movies, but not in the music videos.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And how different was working on a music video compared to touring? You already say that it was not a dance performance, but how it was compared?
Oh, totally different, because music video, not just Michael, but the music video in general. You have scenes, right? And then they'll take the scenes, and then later on they edit, right?
Hmm.
So whatever the scenes that you're in, you perform, and they take the shots, and then you're done. But the tour, you become family with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's two different thing. Yeah, we become family, and we spend almost every day, like, um I mean, we have different rooms, of course, but then we share the bus, we share the airplane, and then we go outside after the show, or off days. We go sightseeing, we go eat together. We
Oh,
become family.
yeah. So you guys hang out after the show and
No, not with Michael. Michael was
yeah.
very busy. He visits hospitals, and then so we no, not with Michael, but only when we went shopping, and um the amusement parks like Disneyland and some other parks open for Michael,
Yeah.
and we go with him.
And
So,
I think Michael, it was difficult for Michael because every time he went to a public space, there's a the huge commotion of people, and
Yeah, he can.
that's a hard life.
Exactly. I was feeling kind of sorry because you know, it's a, I felt lonely, like loneliness, because he had to be
Yeah.
protected and, you know, not so open. So, yeah, but that was his life from young age. Hmm.
So you perform with Michael at major events like the American Music Awards, and
Hmm.
what was that pressure like? What was the
Sure.
yeah,
No, no, not no pressure. No pressure. You know, you just your art, your language, you just every day, every rehearsal, you just polish. So by the time the show day comes, you're ready to really
yeah,
perform. And with the energy on stage, you you get more because you, I don't know, you know, you just feel more.
yeah. And did you guys know for the in the last second that Michael has I think broken his ankle
Oh yeah, in the
before?
morning, because we were rehearsing, and then we went home late, and the next day was the show day, and we dancers had to go early at the Shrine Auditorium, and we were still rehearsing because we just got the exact music for the show, you know, so we were kind of changing this and that. Then Michael's manager at the time called us, say, you know, come to the bus, the trailer that where Michael is. So we went, and then Michael said, I can't perform, I sprained my ankle. And we
Oh,
were like, oh. Okay, so take care. And we just rushed to the corner, and we start rehearsing again because without Michael, we had to change around. And then the show, it was the morning of the show day. So we performed, and we it was interesting live.
and
But Michael did great because everyone loved the show.
yes, and who come with the idea of Michael performing sitting on a chair? It
Well,
was
I'm
him.
sure Michael did. Um, they told us Michael's going to be on a chair right before the show, but I'm sure that was Michael's idea,
Yeah.
or because he had to sit down, even though he stood up a few times during the number. But well, everyone loved.
Do you remember the first time you saw yourself on TV dancing with Michael?
Uh, yes, I think that was. Oh no, Dangerous was the first one. I can't remember. Yes, yes, but I never really liked myself watching myself.
Oh,
So
really?
no, I no, because I judge
Ah,
myself.
okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And going back to the Dangerous Tour experience, you were the only female dancer on the Dangerous Water Tour. And how did that feel for you?
How
How did that feel for you?
how did that make me feel?
Yes.
Well, okay, so audition at the audition, it was just one girl. So yeah, I was nervous, but also you know, as I said, I was in a way confident. I had
Hmm.
that feeling. But when we start the tour, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me. You know, there was Saida, there was Jennifer, there was Michelle, the gymnast, and you know. So I mean, I didn't. I never thought about me. I'm the only female dancer. No, no.
Oh, okay. And
Hmm.
which show or city was the most memorable for you and why?
Well, it's hard, but the Russia in Russia. I
Oh,
think that's when, yeah, Michael.
I was hoping you said Brazil.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. No, no, no. Brazil. Okay, so Brazil to me, when we were off, we were walking, I just said, wow, beautiful people.
Because the crowd of Brazil is different at shows. They sing a lot.
Yeah,
Did that?
yeah, the express.
Yes.
Yes. And the people, after the show, before the show, the fans, they wait for us and, in front of the hotel. It's just I mean, yeah, Brazil's special because I remember the memories, but I have great memories. But,
Yeah.
Michael's the fan, I don't want to call fan, I always call family.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much love and, Um, so it's always nice to
Yeah.
meet in person too.
But you said Russia, okay. And why?
Well,
Why so?
on the stage because it was I think raining or it was wet on the stage and it was slippery, right?
Yeah.
So the guys had to come on stage where Michael was performing, and then I think they kind of had fun. Michael had fun, playful.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. I remember Brazil being so many people, just energy, and in the stadium. Um, Munich when we started the Munich first show. Asia and Tokyo Dome, where I'm from,
Yeah.
Japan. My dad was always on the side of the stage as like a staff. Um, um, so many, so
Yeah.
many. Yeah,
You can choose just one. I,
I can't choose just
yeah.
one because there are so many different,
Yes.
different. Yeah.
And this slippery floor that you talked about, there's a viral video on internet of Michael kind of angry about this
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
on I think was in a jam the jam performance,
Mm,
the first music of the tour, and
right.
he was making signs of for the crew to come around and
Yes, to wipe the.
yes to wipe
Yeah,
the
yeah.
floor.
Because it can be dangerous, especially
Yes.
the jam, the dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And how was life on the road, on the air actually, né? Physically and emotionally for you on the
during the tour,
yes doing the tour.
uh, I was living in my dream, but at the same time, yeah. So for me, coming from Japan, just 6 months before the tour, I felt this. Everyone became my family. Coming from Japan alone in LA, I had friends, dancers, but I felt that family feeling. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was every time we are off, come back to LA, go back to LA, and wait for the next leg. I always feel sad.
Yeah, I imagine
Yeah.
because staying away from family for such a long period
Hmm.
is difficult.
Yes. Yes.
And if you could really relive one night of that tour, which one would it be?
One night.
Yes.
You mean where it's gonna be?
Yeah. Where?
Where? Wow, that's hard. Because I want to go back to every city, every country. Wow, that's tough. But I would say Brazil. um, yeah, very tough. But yeah, Brazil was nice.
just because this page is Brazilian, right?
Well, yeah. I'll be honest. It's very difficult to pick one because so many countries we went and was so you know
Yeah.
experiences, great times
And did any unexpected moment happen on stage that you still remember?
happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the way you make me feel, which I wish I can do it again to fix everything I did. I never satisfied, but um, so I came maybe one verse early, too early.
Oh.
Yeah, so when I got on the stage in front of so many people and Michael and the dancers, they were like, "Why you're here?"
Oh my God.
But I can't go back, right? So I act like I used to do, and then somehow we played, and but
Yeah.
I felt next day maybe Michael will fire me because
Yeah.
it happened. Someone made a mistake for laser, on the stage. We heard the person was gone the next day because it
Oh,
has to be
yeah.
very responsible. You have to be responsible for your position, what you do.
Yes. And there's a saying that Michael was very perfectionist when it
Yes,
comes to this. So
yes, yeah. So everyone has to do the best each time, no
yeah.
mistake.
Oh my. But the public, the crowd, I think is never catch up to today to
Right.
that you come too early for the experience, for the
Yeah, yeah.
performance.
Yeah, and plus because that number, I didn't have any choreography. It was interaction with Michael. So each show we kind of different,
Yeah.
So it was okay.
And if you did any okay that one I'm confusing myself. So
Mhm.
how many hours per day did you rehearse for the tour?
A day?
Yeah. How was the rehearsals? It was
Oh,
like
before
every week, every day before
you
the
mean?
the tour began.
Oh yeah, we rehearse every day for a month or a month and a half, maybe, just with the dancers only and the choreographer. Um, yeah, and then with the band member with maybe a month, so altogether 2 months, or yeah, and
Yeah.
then we go on tour.
With everyone on the crew rehearsing, especially with Michael. Was Michael very strict or more encouraging during rehearsals?
He to me, he never became how do you say, like bossy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tells you exactly what he wants. He want for you to do, but more like encouraging. Like you go, this is your moment. Yeah, it just makes you want to do better.
Yes, I imagine so.
Hmm.
And did anything?
Also, I was shocked. I mean, I never. I mean, I realized so much senses that he opened: sound, light, this, and just the little details of each categories or whatever floor, you know.
Yes,
But it's coming from because he was doing this for many many years since he
yes,
was.
and to get to have an attention of every little detail of it's so crazy.
At the same time,
Yes,
note, the sound. Yeah. So I thought he was genius. I mean,
Yes,
he
he
was a
is a
genius.
genius.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was a genius. But just to see, be able to see, during the rehearsal was amazing.
And share a little backstage moment. Did anything unexpected happen backstage before going on stage?
Um, mm, well, for my own, yeah, like like rip the tights, or okay, so this the dress, we need to fix it, or um, not so much though, not so
Okay.
much.
Okay.
We do dress rehearsal, or just to keep the positioning before the show on
Mm-hmm.
stage. So, um, but I tell you this, right before this was the last show, we were waiting. Of course, fans, everyone was waiting for Michael to start the show. We were waiting too. We didn't have this, um, you know, um, before the show, we come together and we hold hands and then we pray, the prayer time. We didn't have that day. And
Oh.
so I had the robe on top of the costume, and I just start walking behind the stage. And then I saw Michael with the bodyguards, and he did not look, he was very, um, not in good condition. So
Yes.
that show was canceled.
Yes.
And yeah, that was like a very saddest moment that I experienced.
And that's such a sad story too, because we have the moment of Michael being sad on video. I think was I don't know if it was The Way You Make Me Feel, the a rehearsal for The Way You Make Me Feel,
Yeah,
that part of the breakdown.
yeah.
And what was the feeling when you find out that the tour was canceled?
What was the feeling? Oh my gosh, devastation,
Yes.
you know? But we were all feeling so sorry for Michael. I was feeling, how can this person, Michael, have to go through this crazy, crazy things? And I thought he must be the most strongest
Yes.
person. He didn't fight back like how they were attacking him. He was quiet. He fought, but peacefully. He and I
Yes.
just I respect him so much, how he took his position and he kept doing what he's supposed to do, which was on tour, right? He was performing,
Yeah.
but then we start having canceling the show and here and there, and I just knew that it's we are only human, even Michael, right?
Yeah.
So how much can you take the pain and the bullying and all this crazy thing?
And I always say that Michael was a very strong person for going
Very.
for going through so much,
Oh
and
my gosh.
being able to remain strong.
Exactly.
It's such a unique thing.
Exactly. I really admire. I mean, I highest respect, because how much can you take as a human being?
Yeah. And was such a scrutiny of all the media, and all he wanted was joy and
And giving back, and
yes.
loving, sending love, right? And heal the world, right?
Yes.
I had a personal experience after I finished. I quit dancing, but anyways, he loved the children. He had no harm desire,
Yes.
especially
Of
for
course.
children.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So
And I'm kind of glad that in 2026 people are more aware
yeah,
of this.
exactly. Now the truth is coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy. By the way, today I saw the comment on my post, I mean, on our post about this interview. One lady commented, she said in Spanish, she said, no, no one who was involved with Michael never testified Michael, which is not true,
Mm.
which is not true. I know the security guy. He was at the court talking defense. So it's whoever the lawyer tells whatever. But
Yeah.
we no one that I know who worked with Michael had a bad. We always have this supportive
Yeah.
love
I
for
imagine.
Michael.
I imagine so.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Yeah,
No, don't worry about this. People on the internet love to say things they don't know.
yeah,
That's going to happen, I think, forever.
yeah, yeah.
But
Exactly.
but let's uh change the subject a little bit. Let's
Yes,
get
yes.
more
Sorry.
more
More
happy,
happy.
more yes.
Yes,
How how
yes.
how was it performing the way you make me feel live with Michael?
Okay, so to say that was the most difficult number that I had to perform, which I'm grateful for. Okay, don't get me wrong, but that was the very difficult number because I'm coming from Japan. We don't tease. You don't play. You don't become playful like how the Western, especially my age, my generation.
Yes.
Um, so I wasn't used to that playful kind of, and plus to be the first female dancer to go on tour. I think Tatiana, who played in the music video,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I think she kissed him or something. So anyway, so the tour manager told
Yes.
me, Yuko, the girl who got fired because she did too much. And I never saw the video. We didn't have internet at that time.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to imagine how he want me to do. How, it was the direction. Okay, this timing you go on, you go. And then Michael told me, this is your moment. You do. And sometimes I think he got mad because I didn't know what to do. So, um, not mad, but so that was my really, I have to say, worst number I performed.
Oh, oh.
So
Did you ever get that butterflies at your stomach feeling when you're
doing that
yeah,
number.
yeah,
Well, of course, when you go on the stage, you have nothing to lose, right? You have to do the best.
yeah.
So I, with love, with passion, with everything that coming from myself, I, I use that and I enjoy it. Yes, but just to go back and look at it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
And talking to you right now is such an amazing experience for me because I am a huge Michael Jackson fan since childhood,
Of course.
and talking to a person that work worked with Michael Jackson for such a period of time is such an amazing thing. And again, I'm so glad that we have this chat right now.
Oh,
And
thank you. Thank you
the
for having me.
I I thank you. I thank you for being here today. So, did Michael ever give you personal feedback about your dancing or stage presence? And
Not really. I don't remember, but see, the staff was laughing, but see, my English was worse, right, at that time. So, some things I didn't understand, but then the staff said, well, Michael was teasing you, and I didn't understand it. So, I'm sure I missed a lot of things
oh,
because of my English.
yeah. And when the Will Make Me Feel, when the music started,
Mhm.
what did you feel in your heart?
Well, I do good. You go. You have to do good
Yeah.
because there's no choreography. You have to go there, and whatever that comes from Michael or coming from me, I just do.
Yeah, you kind of self-motivate yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But but it was difficult because certain thing, the information that was given to me, you can't do too much,
Hmm.
you know. But then it was very difficult for me.
Yeah.
So that number, yes, I was nervous, I can say.
And did you notice the a style a style change of the Will Make Me Feel, which is a bad era music,
Hmm.
to the Remember the Time on the EMA? Did you ever you feel like a style, dancing style, a different dancing style than the others?
Yes, yes, because well, again, the way you make me feel, there was no choreography.
Yeah.
Okay, so more acting, right?
Hmm.
But the difference. Remember the time the choreographer, uh, Fatima. She's from more like a hip hop street dance.
Hmm.
Yeah, she used the different forms.
Yes. And let's talk off stage right now, like Michael Jackson, what he means as a person to you. So, how would you describe Michael as a human being?
He he's a savior. He's a messenger. He's a love. He himself is love.
Yeah.
So, and just one of a kind.
Yeah, no one on this earth would possibly replace him in every situation.
No, no. But I
And
think we
yeah,
were lucky. Yeah, I mean, including myself.
yes,
You know.
to have the chance to meet him, to work with him, and we as a fan, a group of people who loves his work, love his person, love everything that he does, we get that feeling. But you that has the was able to meet him, I think this feeling is so different. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's I understand. But I of course, as a performer, an artist, he's one of kind.
Yeah.
But also, I respect how he was trying to heal the world, send a message, even sometimes with with pressure, with like talking about the Sony,
Yeah.
the industry, like the dark side. He wanted to change all of that. So he was not scared to say,
Yes. And
fight for the
yeah.
right, fight for the love, fight for the how do you say? I mean, it's just, to me, he was the strongest, but also the business mind too.
Uh-huh.
I have so much respect all over, not just the artist himself.
Yes. And he was the biggest he is the biggest artist of all time. And
Mm-hmm.
even so, he talks about um the battles of the poor people when he comes to Brazil to shoot. They don't care about us. And
Yes.
when we take a look about artists of today generation, they don't talk about this.
No.
They don't get political in a certain way about fighting for rights as Michael
Exactly.
did.
Exactly. He was really, really fighting to change the world, to make it
Yeah.
better place. So that's highest respect.
Yes, it's so amazing. And what is the most important lesson he taught you, directly and indirectly?
Uh-huh. Well, do everything that you do it with love. Love is most important. And
Yeah.
that whatever you do is just the outcome coming from love. And don't give up. And if you have a vision, you just try. Of course, sometimes discouragement, of course, sometimes doesn't work, but you just keep going,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I learned.
My, my favorite song of Michael has this message too. It's Smile. I think it was a history album.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Charlie Chaplin song
Okay.
that he sang, and the music itself say that you have to, even though things are hard, even though things are difficult, you have to smile. You have to has the love to live.
Yes,
And I think that
exactly.
music describe Michael too, because even though all the bad things was happening to him with the media and the tabloids and everything, he still smiled and he still took care of people, and that's so good. Such a loving moment.
Yes, he fight with love. He didn't fight with anger
Yeah.
uh, to fight, you know.
Yes. And how did he take care of the dancers and the team during the tour?
Well, he treated us the best. Um, the reason why I know that because I auditioned, um, and I was gonna go to the other audition because it was Michael's production said we don't know when we're gonna start,
Mm-hmm.
so there was an audition for I can't say who, but and then I got the audition too, uh, but then I didn't go because if I work with someone, I have to respect that person. I want to respect that person, the artist,
Mm-hmm.
and so I didn't. Even though everyone wanted to get that job, but
Oh.
yeah. So yeah.
Is there a phrase or moment with Michael that you still carrying in your heart?
Wow. I mean, I think Michael, since because met him and I started working for him when I was young, right, 24, for off and on 6 years, right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like by working for someone that my dream is always love, right? Even whatever I do, in that time it was dancing. It's like the best example as a human.
Yeah.
So everything that I learned, not just on stage, as a how he took care of the kids, how we play with the kids, go into the venue, we
Yeah.
get on the kids get on the bus with us, trailer with us, and then we play, and then we go to the stage, the venue, and then the game section was built for them to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the little things that he was doing, it just influenced me and also show me the example that you can do it if you really want to, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
And
I
there's
can't just.
a
Mm.
and there's uh, a story that Michael, when he was making the album Thriller, he did
Hmm.
a letter to himself. He wrote a letter to himself that he wanted to be the best, that he want Thriller to be the best-selling album of all time. And I think Michael's energy is one of a kind because of this, and that in everything you do passionate. You have that
Oh,
you
yeah.
has to do passionate about it.
Yes, exactly. When you imagine, you get more passion, yeah, so yeah, that's something I carry too, because when you have a passion, that means that's your gift. That's your gift. So you keep going. You polish, you keep learning, you keep going,
Yeah.
you keep giving. Yeah.
And what you think of Michael today? What emotion come first? Joy, gratitude, nostalgia?
For me, gratitude. Because be able to talk to you now is because of Michael, right?
Yeah.
Life since I worked with him, only short time, I stopped telling people I work with Michael. During that time, when he was
Yeah.
going through right, and the tour got canceled.
Yes.
And if I say, when I told someone I work with Michael, and they go like, "Ooh, you work with that crazy guy?" Or child, it's just, I was sad to hear that.
Yeah.
So I stopped saying, unless I know that person.
Oh,
So yeah, that was the only short period of time. But then I realized, you know what? Who cares? Whatever that they think, that's them.
yeah.
So yeah, so yeah, it's just the gratitude. I'm so grateful for my life is continuing my dream, like I said, going to the different countries, meeting different people because of Michael. Well, on my own too. What I do that on my own. But like this connection, because of Michael's family, because of Michael, right? So it's
Right.
still going on. It still keep giving me this opportunities, gift. So I'm
Yeah.
just grateful. Michael is a gift for me. Grateful.
Yes. And for me, I think for everyone who really knows his story and who really enjoy his music knows that Michael was a gift to all of us. And it's kind of sad because today in 2026, after so many years, people are knowing the story better, and it's sad because he's no longer here to see this. But
Yeah,
I think most the US, the United States, deserve a to make an apology for Michael, because
yeah,
I there is a saying that the United States is the only place that they create idols, they create celebrities, and they kill them too.
yeah, yes. Especially when they expose
Yeah,
their wrongdoings, right? Um, but see, as a fan, or the people who loves Michael, we also, I think, keep really learning, studying what he said, what he was doing,
yeah,
even today, because that power is very strong, and sometimes it can cover in a, so
yeah.
we can't just trust right away.
But yeah, it was his saying too. There's a phrase that he said that lies run sprints, but the truth runs marathons. And
Mm,
today people are finally able to see this. It's
yeah.
it's I'm so grateful for this.
Yes, me too. Me too. Me too. I'm sure he's feeling,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Like now, let's talk about life after Michael and for yourself the transformation after such a huge chapter with Michael. How did you
Mhm.
feel when that period ended?
Well, okay, so when I went to the States, I started with Michael basically, right? And then of course I worked with Prince, I worked with James Brown,
Yeah,
like the and the fashion show, Paris fashion show. I mean the stuff that I never imagined I was able to do that. So, but then when I start feeling my passion for dance becoming small, then I said, okay, I'm moving. And so I went to the opportunity came for me to do singing and for Japan and doing some other projects. So I was making transitions. Um, and then I got into, I got married, and my husband, he had to go. He passed
yeah,
away when the baby was one. Our daughter was one, at which Michael, we met, and my husband was the CEO of Motown, and then before that he was assisting Quincy Jones, so he was involved in off the wall time, you know. So, but he was a business
yeah,
person, so not yeah. So and then I move on to wellness, which is my exercise. It's called Awakening. I published 7 books, and then the my favorite publish company here in Japan, they approached me to for me to write my bio book. So I named Jackson because my husband last name I
yeah.
became Jackson and
There,
Michael.
there was I circled that question because many fans on the page they were curious about your last name. Why do you have Jackson as your surname? Is
Yeah.
there a special story behind it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not from Michael, but
Mm-hmm.
he worked with Michael. So his name is George Jackson, and that's where my legal name comes
Yeah.
from. Yeah, my daughter's name is Kona Rose Jackson. Um, um, yeah, so he also my husband passed away. He also tried to save people. So I had this two very extraordinary, strong, and also smart, loving people in
Yeah.
my life. So I carry their legacy and also pass on whatever I can with my filter.
Yes.
That's my yeah, that's another purpose. Like I have my own, but that's something else that I keep doing. Yeah, so I went through a lot, but I highly admire 2 people, which is George Jackson, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Role model, my role model.
That's amazing. And what challenge did you face redefining your life and your career?
I mean, now I have a technology. My technology heals people.
Yeah.
Pain, aging to from cell because we're made of cells. So it's a wonderful technology that I discovered because I burned my face. Right, accidentally my face was burned.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a challenge. There's a emotional challenge, physical challenge, so many challenges in life. But then you go through it, you learn whatever you can during those process, and then you make something fruit out of the
Yeah.
challenges.
And about this accident, what did pain and recovery teach you about yourself when that moment came?
The moment came, all I could do was cry, and I didn't know what to do. So I hide, myself. I was ashamed of myself. many stages that I went through. But see, again, it's a gift from the universe. This technology was not out yet, and I discovered, and I now, you know, I own this technology basically, and it's so useful for other people,
Yeah.
for everyone. So that's I feel this is my purpose, and also this is my challenge to spread this wonderful things, help people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do.
Yeah, and the serious skin health challenge that you faced, that experience for sure transform your perspective on life.
Yes, that too, and then also my surgery on my hips. Um, yes,
Yeah.
but some people go through worse cases too. We always have to go through. How do you say? Um, there is always something to learn from tough, challenging
Yes.
moments.
And it's such a difficult thing too, but the, it is amazing that you faced all of this, and even so you rise again. Going back to the Jackson surname, did Michael, it wasn't on a period that you and Michael was having contact? Did Michael ever comment on that or joke about it, or no?
Well, well, okay. So Michael was a guest of this place called Atlantis in Bahamas. It's a hotel. It was a grand opening, and there were so many Caprio, Leonardo Caprio, Washington, everyone from
Mm.
Hollywood came, and my husband and I, we were invited to go to that opening too. So, and Michael was performing. Yes,
You was talking about the Bahamas
yes, the
event.
opening of Atlantis, the big opening ceremony closed. So Michael came, and he invited just few people to come to his room, to have just to have a little party, private party. So we were invited, and but then right before the time, the Michael's manager at the time, Bill Bray, came and to us and said, Michael can't do the private party gathering. So I said, okay. But he said, Michael wants to meet your baby, because we had a 1 month old baby at that time.
Yeah.
Kona, 1 month old, 1 month. So we took her with us to Bahamas. And so Bill Bray said, Michael wants to meet your daughter. So can I take your baby to his room? But because she was only 1 month old, her
Mm.
neck wasn't.
Yeah.
So we said no, So but my husband George and I, we just look at each other, said, you know, because at that time people were just still talking about him being weird with the kids, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, see, this kind of questions sometimes people will make misunderstand. People misunderstand him, because if you say, I just want to meet your baby, even though I'm gonna cancel the party, but bring that baby to his room. George and I, we knew Michael, but we didn't, because she's too small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that we kind of, that's Michael, that's Michael, that yeah, coming from love, but at the
Yeah.
same time, yeah, can be very misunderstanding for
Yeah.
people who doesn't know him.
Yeah.
Don't.
So he never comment. on your or surname being Jackson or
Oh,
never?
no,
Okay,
no, I don't think it didn't.
okay. And what role did dance movement and spiritually play in your healing process?
You know, for example, when I was teenager, like after I came to Tokyo, 18, 19, I went to New York when I was 19 by myself. Um, Even though it was tough because I couldn't speak English
Yeah,
and, you know, people compete and all this, but the dancing helped me to be strong or to be spiritual, come back to myself, say, that's not important. Important is just keep going, keep learning.
yes.
So always dancing is has been healing process for me, but it changed to wellness, which is exercise called awakening. Is for me, I created because it's a healing process that I put. So even though it's kind of a little change, you know, reformed from dancing
Mm-hmm.
to movement with martial arts kind of moving or different styles, yoga. But still, it's for me. It's still dancing in
Mm-hmm.
my system.
Yeah, and talking about this reinventation, and
Hmm.
you created your own awakening yoga and dance studio in Tokyo. And
Hmm.
what inspired this project?
Well, because the name came down to my head. And then to me, it's always, you know, you awake your awareness or you awake things. And so I wanted to put many different kind of dance classes, yoga, pilates, awakening, different forms. And so that was the awakening studio, awakening space. That was
Yeah.
the name. Yeah, everyone has their own awareness, awakenings.
Oh, that's amazing. And
Yeah,
you published 7 books, I think, or
yeah,
and created a best-selling DVD. And
yes, in Amazon. My first DVD, yeah, became
yeah.
number one.
And what message were you hoping to share with all your works and all these projects too?
Well, see, you know, we have this earth, the body, right? This body
Yeah.
is it's like a car, right? We have to tune. Sometimes we have to change oil. Sometimes you have to take care, right?
Yeah.
So for me, awakening is something that it's not just exercise. It's more healing process. It's more repair. It's more re-educating your body, reconnecting with your spiritual awareness with your body, physical body. Many things.
Yeah.
And then you use this gravity. You use this center line that in dance, you know, we use this center feeling, and that's very beneficial to the human body when we walk. Um, it's just so many things I put inside, but it's a connecting, rewiring body
Oh,
and spirit.
I will get to know more about this for sure. And how is your work today different from when you were performing on stage?
Mm, well, I mean, I didn't want to be performing. I mean, I enjoy, but my language changed. It was
Yeah.
dancing was my language. The wellness and the awakening became my language. Now Celulam is my language. Um, so I don't really miss being doing, you know, things that I used to do. But it's still connecting. So even like I do when I do Celulam, still I feel like I'm dancing.
Yeah. And
So it's all connected.
yeah, in the next couple of questions is about Celulam, and and the innovation that you created. In 2018, you founded Cellulan, a nanotechnology based on healing and skincare device. And how this idea was born?
Well, there was a technology already existed, and then I found it because I had a face burn.
Yeah,
Luckily, I found this technology, but then it needed to renew. It needed to build more, around this technology. So I did that, and so I was able. When I discovered this technology was 2013. I traveled, I studied, and then I started 2018 from 2018. So I realized dancing was my first career. It took me to the next, which was awakening, which is wellness. And then this technology came. Without this technology, the cell energy cannot create because as we get older, we lose cell energy. This technology is mimicking our own frequency and electricity. So it's not harmful. It's not, not invasive. It's not attacking. It's very
natural.
natural. So because we are electric, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So these three became my life.
yeah.
Everything connected. So I mean,
And I think that your personal healing after the burn accident
mhm.
inspired this technology, right?
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. And I think without this build around this technology couldn't come up. I mean, it was under the surface,
yes,
and I thought that was very it should come out so that people can be it's useful for many people. So why not? I just deliver.
yeah. And did you ever imagine you would become an innovator and entrepreneur?
Um, I think nature wise, I'm always inventing. Like I
Yes,
love to I invent this dance shoes. I created this belt for this hips and the clothes. I design fashion clothes. I love to create.
yeah,
So I don't work for under the structure. I make my own.
yeah. And as an artist, you're always looking for creating something.
Yes, but also the business, well, I shouldn't say business, but the structure needed to be able to spread, right, to the world.
Yeah.
So that's something I've been doing.
Yeah, and what makes Celulan different from other wellness or beauty products?
Well, technically, it monitors frequencies and matches to our electricity in our body. So that's something that it's not in the market.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's the technology that
yeah,
I have.
and especially here in Brazil, we don't have this type of product here either.
Yes, so be ready.
Okay,
let's
okay,
do let's do let's do business.
I will stay tuned.
Yes,
And
yes.
about your recognition and cultural impacts, you are recognized by Newsweek Japan, I think, as one of the
Oh, yeah.
100 most respectable people in the country. And
Japanese. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah. I
and
was
what?
shocked.
Yes, what did that mean to you? Because when I was looking for this interview and I
Mhm.
saw that, I was, oh my God, I have to be perfect right now because
Oh no, 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 no. I mean, my friend called me that day. Yuko-san, you were picked, and I was very shocked. But I really I was grateful, for them to pick me out of 100. So.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's a huge achievement.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very, very. But I think to me, more every day, what you do is more important.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
I can't say
yeah,
more important, but the very important thing is every day, what can you do? What do you do?
yeah,
You know?
of course. And
So,
how do you see your role today as a Japanese woman who worked on a global stage?
mhm. Mm, I mean, I was able to experience something that not many people can experience. Even good and bad. So whatever that I can pass on as whatever, if it becomes a knowledge for someone else, that's great. Um, yeah, but I just want to share love. I just want to
Yeah,
share smile. I want to be joyful. I want to be inspiring in a way. Um, then that would be a success for me, for my life.
yeah, and your story is inspiring for sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
What
you.
what responsibility do you feel towards the younger generations
Mm,
about your work as we have a lot of new artists, new dancers,
hmm
new creative people.
I don't feel responsible
Yeah,
in a way, but I would like to, if they, if they're open, then, I mean, now the generation, they grew up in a different way than me,
yeah,
right? So you can't compare. And I can learn so much from them, and they can learn from me too, like my generations too. So just exchanging,
yeah.
uh,
I think responsibility was kind of is not the word, but I like an advice and wisdom kind of
hmm
thing. And
hmm
what advice you would you give to young dancers who dream of international careers and
hmm Well, like I said, there's a universe. You work with your energy, and the universe will always work with you. So it's not. It doesn't. Maybe things are not good right now, but don't focus on that. Just focus on what can you can do today to be better, or to, if you can't do anything, you just take care of yourself, right? Um, but the important thing is, if you want to keep going, then don't give up.
yeah.
If your passion is there, then no matter what happens or no matter what people says, just keep going on in your way, your way.
Okay. And how can artists stays true to themselves through fame and hardship?
Well, that's a tough one, because there
Yeah,
are many. I think there are many. Pulled here in the how do you say, like they're sweet. It look like sweet things there, so you just want to go there, and this the temptations, right?
yeah,
I don't know. I just feel you put on your feet on the ground, you know, just and use your instinct, because I think instinct is a very higher self.
yeah. Because
So
especially in this business, there's a lot of bad people too, and people with bad intentions. And
yes.
when we stay true to themselves to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's I think that's guide us to not fall for this too.
Yeah, exactly. But first, are you doing this because of love, or because of your fame, because of the
Yeah,
money? It depends, right? So if someone is doing for money, then the person will work with someone do who's doing for money, right? With
right.
money. So it depends on what you're doing for what you want.
Yeah.
So make sure
And
what you want is clear for you.
okay, I'm agree with I agree with you. And what is the most important lesson life has taught you?
That's very difficult. Well, most important lesson. Uh, Always to me, like, when my mom passed away, my husband passed away, or the breakups, the hardship, people, well, when you trust someone and then things became something else, right? And then you get your heart broken. Uh, and then you try to find some answers. I tell myself, when you're there's no light, you don't know in front of you what to decide or what's good for you. You can't, you don't, you're in a dark place, right? Then just be calm, just be still, it's okay. Okay, and then just try to do just a little things for yourself and recouping yourself, your energy, everything. And then when the light comes, even tiny little light, then you just focus on that light. And you keep doing. And then the light becomes bigger, 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 and you see more clear. You see things clearly, and then you know what to do. You gain back your strength, the knowledge you learn, everything, and it's just, I think it's just to me, I just came out from this darkness recently. um I use that, I use that for myself, and I've been doing that, so I think it works for me.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's a kind of a advice too, because I'm young too, and having a person that lived through so much, saying this for me and the person that were watching, it's so great. And let's go to the closing right now and talk about legacy and the upcoming Michael movie. Are you excited about the upcoming biographical film, Michael? Are going to watch?
Yes. So I'm looking forward to, but I'm planning to do this podcast with people who were involved with Michael,
Oh,
and we want to tell the truth.
yes, we as a page for Michael, we get that feeling sometimes, because they don't care too much, and having the state controlling the film is kind of a warning. And
Exactly. And this is why I want people to go back to what Michael said from his mouth. Watch out. Like I said, if it's good influence about Michael, is good. But if it's not the truth, then some people wants the truth, right? And
yeah,
me, I'm the type of person, I I like to hear the truth.
no, yeah, and me too, because Michael lived through so much lies
Exactly.
throughout his
And
life.
he was fighting for the truth, right?
This feeling to that the movie has to be good,
Mm-hmm.
and overall he has to tell the truth, and we as a fan and you as a person who work with Michael, we have to be cautious about
Yeah,
this. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how do you see Michael Jackson's legacy today?
I think it will keep expanding because
Yeah,
people will realize more things about him, what he's done. Um, I think it's going to expand, 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 and it's going to be you know, people will talk about it 200, 500 years from now on. From now.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
think and I think it will be forever too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
like,
Like a Jesus,
yeah.
Yeah, I think, I really think he is that.
And do you feel his spirit still lives in your work?
I do. I pray every day for
Yeah.
Michael and among other loved ones, and I do feel um, energy sometimes, and I do believe his spirit is
Oh,
here. You know, yeah, and yeah.
that's amazing. And
Mm.
in one word, how would you describe your journey? I know that that's hard. That's hard to answer.
Oh my gosh. It's a journey. It's a journey. Journey means, you know, so it's to me, life is a journey.
Okay. And to close, we have these short questions to answer quickly, and
Mhm.
let's begin. Which Michael Jackson song was your favorite to dance to?
You mean like on stage, like
No, and
professionally?
in general.
It depends on the mood. Sometimes, BYD. Wow, that's hard. But will you be there? Was the song that I had this experience. Michael was here, right, standing, and me, I'm here and dancing. I had this vibration connected to him, like a tube, and I felt this lower noise kind of vibration,
Yeah.
and that was amazing feeling. Um, so that song, "Will You Be There," always, you know, it's to me, it always feel something special.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I did not know that you performing you be there.
Oh yeah, yeah. The blue hat,
Yeah.
and I always get the Bible with the kid from the kids, and I love that number. I used to just love that number on stage.
Oh,
It was so
and
cute, and
it's such a beautiful perform too.
yeah, yeah,
Such a
it was
beautiful
beautiful.
song.
And I have to say, from the stage, you look the audience, the stadium.
Yeah.
So beautiful. That number, especially because everyone had this light or match. I can't, lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see human. You see spirit. You feel spirits. So
Yeah.
many, 100,000, sometimes 120, 30,000 people, right? And that energy was coming towards the stage and, of course, towards Michael. But we always feel, of course, feel that. And that was beautiful. So thank you to
Yeah.
all the people.
That is massive too, because all of the people on the stadium vibrating the same energy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that was the exchange, right?
yes.
And that exchange was so beautiful, profound, so beautiful.
Yeah. And one word to describe Michael as a leader.
Oh my gosh. Describe in one word. Okay, tell me. He's phenomenon. Um, he's more human than anyone else. He has this capacity to feel pain, love, so much, right? Love itself. He's the love light, love, created by love. He's the love, but
Yeah.
he is the love, nothing else.
And what is your best memory from the Dangerous tour?
Best memories. Yeah, that vibration, and
Mm-hmm.
also when he said, "Yuko, this is your moment. Shine. Get your all the from the fans, from the audience." That to me was wow. Okay, so that's what he does on stage, right? with the fans, the audience, and by him telling me that was, I mean, of course, he said that to other performers too.
No, but it was directed to you
to me, in conversation. That really, wow. Because, I experienced the artist can be insecure. Of
Yeah.
course, Michael is not insecure at all, but they want to suppress you and then so that they can become more big. Michael, he wants everyone to shine more. And then it's just, he's, he's an angel.
Yeah. He's so missed too
He's
every
so missed
day.
every day. So many people inspired by him every day. I miss him every day.
What do you like to say to the fans who still celebrate your work today?
I have nothing else but say thank you and gratitude. And I feel loved and I feel love. And so anything that I can do, like, conversation or workshop, like, the teaching the dance, whatever that I did, anything that connects, if I'm capable, it's my give back.
Yeah.
So
And where can people follow your current projects and learn from you?
I
If you
think right now Instagram is the fastest thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last question to close, a daily habit that changed your life.
Honest to yourself. Honest to
Oh,
yourself. Listen to you. Listen to you. Really, sometimes feelings, sometimes not the words, but accept. Just when people say soulmate, look for a soulmate. There's another person who's a soulmate. No, first you become your own soulmate.
yeah. First,
So
first you have to know you better.
yeah, and love yourself.
Yeah,
Give love yourself. That's very important. But being selfish is two different things. Love yourself so that you can love others.
yeah. Because if you don't love yourself, you don't love others because you need to learn from you and in that type
Yeah,
of way.
yeah.
But I think the questions that I searched was good, and I'm so glad that I did this interview with you.
I take shot.
And thank you so much, Yuko, for being here with us today for
Thank
with
you so
MJ
much.
Friends Brazil. And
So much. Are you connected to Rodrigo, the show that
Rodrigo follows our page. Yes.
I think they're coming to Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in April.
Oh, in June. I think it's 5th of June. He's going to my city, and I will
Oh,
watch for
in Brazil?
the yes, and I will watch for the fourth time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the show. I think I will be in Japan.
If you have if you had the chance, please come to his show, and it's an amazing
Yes.
experience. And he's a humble human being. He's so down to earth too.
Yes.
You will
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
we're in touch with the messenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will see this interview.
Oh, really?
But I am deeply honored to learn from your story. Thank you so much for this
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you so much. I had a great time and thank you so much for your all the questions and everything, time, everything.
Thank you. Have a good night, Yuko.
Thank you. Have
Bye
a good
bye.
day to you. Okay, bye bye.